Here we go. I have been looking forward to this all day. Welcome everyone to the Minnesota Twins franchise Offseason. It's time for the first offseason of the series, and we are going to be hopefully getting this team ready for a big step in the right direction, as we just wrapped up a 60 and 102 season. Hopefully, no more triple-digit losing seasons, but you never know. This team's in rough shape right now, but that's why I'm here, the architect, to fix this entire Twins organization. All right, everybody, welcome to the offseason. We are about set to get going here. We have my first ever offseason from something that isn't to do with football. Not NCAA, not Madden, no. Now I have to learn how to be a GM here when it comes to playing MLB The Show. And I think I'm ready. I don't know everything, but I need to learn a few more things about like salary arbitration and whatnot, and maybe like trade waivers still confuse me a little bit. But I did do a mock off season today. I started up a Phillies franchise and just simmed through to the end. And I got dates of significance written down, like the day you have to set the 40-man, the Rule 5 draft, and stuff like that, just to see how the offseason goes. So I went through it with the Phillies just to see what there is to do. And now with my Twins, we'll look to put together a winning formula. Welcome, everybody. Good to see all of you here. A lot of you were a part of the stream yesterday, I'm sure, with the Lions rebuild series. That was a really fun stream, maybe the best of the entire series. But today, we're focused on the offseason, and we'll have another one of these here in a few days with my Chargers franchise. I like to do my off seasons on the weekend, but because I had so many jam-packed here, I couldn't fit them all into like 1 or 2 weekends. So the Chargers one will be midweek. But at least it's during the summer. All right. Things are filling up here. Over 300 viewers. I'll be sure to read the chat and see what you guys have to say. A hoodie and MrHurriicane. It's cold right now. I'm cold. AC's on. Kind of cloudy out. Not really feeling it. But I'm ready for this off season. I've been looking forward to this all day. Just like with my Kalispell one last weekend. One thing I wanted to show you guys before we dive into the offseason, what we're going to do is take a look at the roster quick, and then we're also going to be going into the playoffs. And I'm not sure if we're going to jump into any games, but I thought about if we get like a Game 7 in one of the conferences series, or if the World Series goes to like Game 7, or maybe just jump into some World Series action to see how it all plays out. I'm not sure if you guys wanted to spend any time on that, but I was interested in myself in just seeing how a couple games play out. Maybe watch the 9th inning of something. Not sure if you're interested, but it's something we could do. Anyway, one thing I wanted to talk about was the player progression so far with our team. And I'm not sure exactly how progression works. I was talking to Moonlight Swami, and he said that it kind of just goes over the course of the season. And I do notice some differences in rating that I wanted to show you guys. And the most exciting one was that Jose Barrios goes up to 70 overall. And I believe he was like a 62 or a 64 earlier in the season, but now he's a 70. Part of that is due to a boost brought on by good morale. But he'd still be 68 without that. And at 70 overall, he should be ready to be in the big league rotation on day 1 of next year. How high? I'm not sure. We'll see how he does in the spring. But he closed out this year strong, and I think he has a good chance to be at least our 3rd pitcher in the rotation, I think. On the flip side now, Irvin Santana going down. He goes from like a 77 to a 69 overall. Look at all the dips. -10 to home run per 9. -7 to stamina. -8 to hit per 9. He's in rough shape right now. What other ones are there? Oh, Daniel Palka. I gotta find Palka. Right now, I project him to be the day 1 DH. He gets a +7 boost to power versus righties and +9 to power versus lefties. So I think that with his strong close to the year, being Rookie of the Month in September, he should be on his way to being an everyday big league ball player for us. And at 25 years old, I like his prospects in this series to be a big part of it. Anybody else I wanted to show? Well, we'll talk about Buxton and Sano here quick. Miguel Sano, +14 contact versus lefties. He hit pretty well for us this year. He was 300 through like the All-Star break, I believe. But then it trailed off toward the end. Still hit 36 home runs, 83 RBIs. And he is still only 23 years old. So we've still got some really good years of Sano left. And we'll be building around him along with Byron Buxton, who is up to 79 overall. The hitting has not gotten fully there yet for him, but he did take a lot of steps toward that this season. And I think that next year could be the year we need from him. Right now, the contact versus righties is good, but versus lefties, he's just not like most righties that can hit well against left-handed pitching. But still one of our best fielders and speediest player in the organization. Who else do we want to go through here? Kepler? We got a nice boost to contact, but a little bit lower on the power. I like Max Kepler a lot. He hit 259 for us this year. One of our standouts this year was a surprise to me, Eddie Rosario, Rosario. I keep saying it wrong. Eddie Rosario, who has a nice boost here to power, and we saw that on display throughout this year. He hit 24 home runs, which was more than he had in his first 2 years combined, over 200 games worth of games and at-bats. So he was second on the team in home runs this year, actually, and I wasn't expecting that. But it turns out he might be a player that we can build around for the near future. I'm not trading Sano. Already got rid of Dozier. That one hurt enough. Nick Gordon right now, one of our top prospects. He's up to a 66 overall, and I think that next year he's going to start out at AAA, and we'll see how he does over the course of the season. So those are kind of the main players I wanted to highlight here. This is our team right now. Only 2 players in the 80s, but Perkins is about to become a free agent, and we'll see if we want to keep him around. He just got a dip in a lot of his ratings here. So this team has a lot of work to do. We are working on getting to the offseason right now. Let's go to the calendar, and we'll start simulating some of these games in the postseason. I want to go and highlight the Indians here because they won our division, and I want to see how their playoff run is going. Finally got there. Looks like they're doing well against Toronto. They win it. They're going to go to Boston, and they're having no problems. Up 3-1 in the series, and they're going to the World Series. All right, so how the draft class this year? Yes, our draft class is phenomenal. I love it, but I can't take a look at them right now. Let's see. We just sent down Alberto Mejia to the Miracle since the player he filled in for has recovered. Okay, that must have been Cole Stewart. Yeah, Mejia has been somewhat disappointing so far, but he's so low rated. He wasn't ready for the majors, so he'll probably play a Double-A next year. But anyway, we are in the World Series now. We have Cleveland and LA. And if it goes like a Game 7, maybe we'll sit in, watch some innings. Or not even that much. They're evened up here. And the Dodgers have defeated the Indians. So we actually aren't going to jump into anything here. But that means that we traded Brian Dozier. And he ends up playing on the World Series winning Dodgers. Let's just see how this final game went here. I was going to sit in on some games, but I guess it got through it too quickly. Dozier did have a hit in the final game. Jock Peterson must have hit a home run. But still we have the AL pennant winners in our division. Corey Kluber got roughed up here. Hey, if Kluber can't get it done, that's too bad. Oops, let me get back to the Twins. Now we are officially into the off season. And we have the first super chat of the day from Xbox Domino. Thank you. No message left, but I appreciate the super chat. So here we are. And what we have first up, once we get to the off season, is... Well, first of all, I want to go see postseason stats. I just want to see how things played out here. We just designated Mason Militakis for assignment. Why are you doing things without me saying it's okay? Let me make sure that all my stuff is set to manual, because I don't want them doing anything on my behalf. User settings. Is it mode specific? Whoa. Yeah. That must have gotten changed when I started that Phillies franchise, because I was just trying to see what the offseason looked like. So I'm making sure this is all manual. Injury management's all manual. No more stuff. Militakis wasn't a player I really had a lot of interest in, but I don't want them doing anything for me. So there is the bracket right there. We had Cleveland beat Toronto, Boston. Hey, go back. I was looking at that. Whereas LA beat Washington, the Cubs, and then won it all. We're just going to save here quickly. I'm going to save a new file here. And now we are here in the off season. There's so much Tebow stuff in here. I have no interest in getting Tim Tebow. His ratings are terrible. And I wanted to see postseason stats, just the league leaders. So Brock Holt did well, but how about the Dodgers? Where are their averages? Oh, it's American League. In the National, Corey Seager did really well. Yasiel Puig, Jock Peterson. How about for... Hey, there's Dozier, 13 hits. How about home runs? Jock Peterson, Corey Seager. How old is Jock Peterson? Like 24, and Seager's 22. That team's going to be good for a while. All right. I've seen all I have to see. Your contracts with your pitching coach and third base coach have ended. You'll need to re-sign these coaches. All right. Off-season is about to begin, so we'll start negotiating with our players. I have to make sure I'm keeping our minor leaguers in the organization. A lot of people have warned me about that. And I can do qualifying offers, but we don't have any players that would even be, like, up for that kind of discussion. There are no major free agents for us. And we have retired players. So, any big names here? Carlos Beltran, Bartolo Colon. A lot of you were wanting me to go get Bartolo Colon, but that won't be happening. Ichiro retires. I thought it said Bryce Harper for a moment there. I'm like, wait a minute. Tim Tebow has retired. There you go. No more Tim Tebow comments. He has retired. He's going back to play football now. He'd probably stay in the same city and just play for the Jets, honestly. Again. Wonder if any of... I don't think any of our players retired. I think we're good there. We didn't have a lot of old guys. And a lot of free agents. A lot of free agents. All right. So, we're past that. And we have Hall of Fame inductees. Carlos Beltran, Ichiro Suzuki, and Jimmy Rollins. All right, so 3 Hall of Fame inductees. What do you guys think about Rollins making it in here? A career 264 hitter. He had a lot of good seasons with the Phillies, of course. Played for a long time. Ichiro, 3,000 hits. Beltran, a little bit below 3,000 hits. We need another season or two to get there. And now we are actually in the off season. So one of the things that I want to see, kind of look at our coaching staff in full here. This is our coaching staff, and basically, we don't have a great staff, and that is bad for morale right now. We are not putting together a good enough staff. So a lot of players that have coaching really important in their morale, they get negative ratings boost because of that. So I've considered firing Paul Molitor, but we need to have a replacement. Joe Madden is available, +3 plate discipline, +2 power. That'd be interesting. Ibanez here gives you a boost to contact and power, but minus stamina and stealing. Mike Scioscia? Wasn't he the longest tenured manager? He gets fired? Where's Gardy? Is Gardy in the game? I miss Gardy. I always liked Ron Gardenhire. Where's he at? That's way too long of a list to go down. But we do have to make sure we end up getting... What is it? So we have to get a pitching coach and a third base coach. Okay. We have to get a pitch and third base coach. Don't want to forget. Let me look at pitching coaches quick. Joe Madden. +3 velocity, +2 K per 9. That'd be pretty exciting if we could get him. A lot of you want me to get Madden as the just overall manager, but if I could have him and Molitor, what is Molitor's boost anyway? Can I see what that is? Coaching staff. Man, that's bad. Then you have Tim Flyer, who also doesn't really help us out a ton. Brian Henley. Man, this coaching staff is not great. Farm director. I don't mind getting the +3 contact boost there. I still have 3 years left on Molitor's deal. Are you sure you want to fire Paul Molitor? You'll be required to pay the remainder of his current contract, which is $3 million. By the way, what on earth does bank even do? Because I can't figure it out. You bank up this money over the season, then you go to the off season, and all of a sudden now you have $5 million. Where does that bank go? So I have to get a pitching coach first and foremost. Let me get to that before I get to potential manager firing situation. Pitching clutches a rating? I had no idea. So I'd like to get, a combination of K per 9 and home run per 9. So Josh Bullock might be a good option. He does hurt for walks, but everything else, the important stuff, gets a really nice boost. So I want to offer to him 3 years, $1.3 million a year. He's looking for 1.4, 2 to 4 years. We'll put an offer out there and see if we get any interest from him. It goes to staff and player salary. I understand where it goes, but I don't understand what happens to my bank when I build it up. Saving more than we're spending here. You pay tax, of course. Almost 800 viewers here watching the stream. Very exciting. Can we get some likes rolling in here? Can we get to 300 likes? We're at 134 right now. But this would be a nice boost for our pitching staff here, getting this coach. How come he's a coach and the manager is a manager? Anybody ever asked that question? Then I have to get a third base coach. And, William Curtis gives that speed boost, but I should focus on hitting if I can get it. Hey, Sandy Alomar Jr. is in here as a coach. -3 blocking. Yeah, I'm not afraid to pay for good coaches. It's not a high cost that can give you pretty significant return. You get boosts from them just being there and plus the morale boost on top of it. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 deal. Fielding, stealing, arm accuracy. So we're probably not going to get any hitting boost here then. We can get fielding and speed, though. This +3 speed boost, though, probably isn't as good as I think it would be. Super chat here from Thy Folsey. Keep up the good work, Kane. Also, you smell like old hot dog water. Man, I disagree with that. But thank you for the super chat. Old hot dog water. So, what do we think is the best to do here? Arm accuracy would be really nice. +3 speed here. Rob Thomas would be good. Where was that one that I was looking at before? Stealing, fielding, arm accuracy. I like that one. Tom McCullum. Remember Tom McCullum. I think I'm going to go back to Tom McCullum and make an offer. I like that boost there. Help out our defense a little bit. And he'd be a little bit cheaper even. So I'll make a lower offer. Not interested, first off. Okay. Okay. I'll offer this then. Tom McCullum. I'm not trading Sano. No chance. Hey, we got to 300 plus likes. Thank you guys. Farm directors for hire. Joe Madden will do it all. He doesn't care. He just wants to be part of baseball. We're definitely going to fire our hitting coach, though. Pay it. I don't care. +3 power, +2 contact, +1 plate vision. I might not have to scroll down any further. That's pretty solid right there. That's good too, though. 3 contact, 1 power, 1 vision. Not as good as that. I'm making an offer here on Silva. He wants $1.5 million a year. I'll invest in the coaches for sure. I'm gonna make some lower offers in case I can get away with it. Come on, man. We'll see how those battles kind of go. I should also start working on the contracts for the actual team. Alright, so Miguel Sano is arbitration eligible. And I can make him an offer, or we can offer arbitration. What does he want right now? He's looking for 1.2 mil a year, which is pretty modest, honestly. He's a star. We're not going to mess around too much with him. We know we want to keep Sano around. Let's make the offer. And I can always increase the offer if we need to. And then Byron Buxton will go for... This is just a renewable contract. Doesn't have enough service time for arbitration. And he is looking for 3.8 a year. He wants way more than Sano does for some reason. 3.8 a year. Of course, I'm going to be okay with that. And then there's Eddie Rosario. He's looking for just 1.3 million a year. I'm cool with the 4-year contract. He doesn't want very much either. He wants to be a platoon player, and he probably gets a lot more playing time than that. So I like this offer a lot for Rosario. And then Max Kepler, renewable contract deal. He wants 1.6 a year. Think I'm cool with that. Why do they want these 5-year contracts, though? I don't want these players that badly. Not all of them, anyway. Offer arbitration if you can. Someone needs to explain arbitration better to me because it's a little bit confusing to me. Like Danny Santana, we can offer him arbitration. We know what his previous salary was, but I don't. If I go to here, I guess I can see what he wants, and then I can offer him less, and then it goes to an arbitration deal. It doesn't explain it very well in the game. What does Perkins want anyway? He wants just 2.1 a year. I think I'll offer him a 1-year contract because his ratings are going down. I wouldn't mind him for another season. Let me just go to some lower rated players quick, make it a little bit easier, like Torrey Hunter Jr. Get these 60Ks out the way. Adalberto Mejia. I'm cool with a 2-year deal, $530 a year. Arbitration is a CPU says you pay this much for this player. I kind of understand what happens at the end of it, but as far as like making an offer, you offer arbitration and he comes up with a salary he likes and the league agrees to the better offer. When on a player, look at the salary guide in the bottom right. Arbitration is like a long-term rookie deal. As the years go by, they earn more, but are guaranteed a spot on your team unless you choose to not bring them back. You pick a number you think he's worth. They pick a number that they think he's worth, and a judge deems what the offer is fair. Need to take that qualifying offer off of Perkins. I don't think I gave him a qualifying offer. I'm certainly not going to be paying him $17 million. No, I haven't tendered him. I have not yet tendered a qualifying offer, and I won't be. Certainly won't be. There's a GM manual somewhere around the area of the menus that explains everything in detail. Huh, I never knew that. Okay. Man, A potential at 29. It's not really going to work out. I want to focus on the younger players first that I've had interest in. Let's go Wilmer Font. We traded for him, obviously. Ooh, he's looking for $530 a year. That's quite a bit. For like a AA pitcher? Like, this is more of what I have in mind. Like $80K. But he has like no interest in that. I'll have to come back to that one. That one's confusing. A lot of people didn't like the Brian Dozier trade. And I don't think a lot of people realized what Dozier's real value was. Like, there was a comment that said that this guy got all these great prospects for him. I went on to an older save file to try to make it happen, and there was no chance. There was no chance I could have done it. I got what I thought was the best deal. Let's go Taylor Rogers here. He started with the big league team last year. Didn't end up there and was kind of disappointing. So I don't want to go anything like long-term with him. And I want to go below his interest. He's still actually very interested in this deal, apparently. $425K a year. I might have to go 1 year. A lot of people saying I'm paying the renewable guys too much. What I'm looking at is the is their interest. And a lot of the lower guys do want 60K, like the AA players, but the other ones don't. It's somewhat confusing. Let's go Nick Gordon here. He's one of the most important players in our organization right now. Probably play some AAA for us next year. And see, he doesn't want to go like completely overboard. We can renew him. Yadier Alvarez wants a bit more. We can probably knock that down a little bit, though. Or a lot. He does not want much at all. But I don't want to offer him too little because that'll hurt his morale. So what is he expecting? 1.2 mil, that's a little much. But by not paying him what he wants, he's a much worse player. It's so conflicting. And I also should see what Nick Gordon's was. He's not. I don't get to see his because he's not on the major league roster, I think. I don't think minor leaguers have morale. Or at least I can't see it from here. Who do I think will win the home run derby? I think it'll be Judge, but I hope that Sano can make a good run at it. I mean, we want Alvarez to play well, and I don't want to deal with the morale negative, so I think I'll go for this. Just because I want his morale to be good. He's our top prospect right now. A -4 boost or loss there, that is bad. I can't have that for such an important player. All right, Romero is another very important one. Can I see what he wants? 665 there. Does it match that? 670, it does. Romero, a chance to start with the big league team this year. Jose Barrios, obviously, I got to make sure that he is happy because I think he'll be a really important pitcher for us next year. He wants 527. I'm going to make sure he gets at least that. Yep, I like that. Palka, definitely want to keep him happy. Want to keep him on the rise. Let's get his salary up. He wants $850 a year now. He had a good month, Palka, but you're not quite there. Let's go $750 a year on him. He's going to be our everyday DH, so that's not bad. It's really good for us. Jorge Polanco was really struggling last year. Doesn't want a ton. What's the morale say? 678? Or 768. We got to give him time to try and turn it around, even if he's playing at AAA or something like that. Let's go Tyler Duffy, who pitched the most innings for us last year. Let's go 4-year contract. Again, I got to see his morale. Oh, he only wants $500,000 on that. All right. I want to keep it green here. Trying to give us, a chance to maybe spend some money in the unrestricted free agency, whatever they call it in baseball. So, yeah, I'm trying to be protective over it. But at the same time, this is my first time going through this, so don't really know all the do's and don'ts quite yet. I'm going to avoid a lot of the D potential guys because they just don't really have a great future unless your name is Jordan Starks. They have an awesome future if they ever give you a chance. Know what I mean? Now let's go perk here. Let's see what he wants. Oh yeah, it was really low. It was not bad. I want a 1-year contract though for him. What does the Q mean? Because I didn't give him a qualifying offer. Contract offered. Q. What does the Q mean? Please tell me. Let me withdraw this Duffy offer quick. I wanted to take another look here. Yeah, I mean, I could... Would I even get him to agree to something this low, though? Like, I don't think it would work. Q means he's a qualified eligible player? Okay. Okay, he's eligible. I just don't want to be paying $17 million to a closer on a team that can't win that many games. Boschers? Or is it pronounced differently? I think I've heard it pronounced differently. I forget. He played at AAA all season for us last year. But this year, he might actually get a chance to play with the big league team. We're not giving him a 5-year contract. Get out of here with that. Ryan Presley. He's all right. Not going to prioritize him right now. Danny Santana. I'll try keeping around as kind of a, you know, a platoon player, infielder. What does he want? 2 mil? I'm not sure about that price, Danny. Boshears. That's what I thought. Yeah, Boshears. I'm not sure I want to give this to Danny Santana. I don't think that I want to give him like $2-3 million a year. Santiago was one that I thought about giving a 1-year contract. He was able to bounce back for us last year. What kind of deal is he looking for? 2.4? I mean, starting pitcher in the major leagues, that's very important. But I'm not willing to give him a big deal, like a long-term contract. No, I'd be willing to keep him around at 2.5 mil. Let's go Ben Paulson here at 30 years old. Again, I'm not giving you that big contract, sir. He wants $500,000. I might pass on him for now. Just because he's 30 years old, I don't think we'll be building around him. Eduardo Escobar. I like Escobar a lot. He's very happy right now. He wants $527K for Morale. Not giving you a big contract. I think maybe 1 more year ought to do the job. What was his thing again? He only wants that much. Okay. Let me withdraw the offer then and make it a little bit smaller. If it's higher, I think that boosts the morale, correct? So I'll go a little bit higher than what his morale says he wants. Don't want Kinsler anymore. We do have Perkins back. Don't need a 33-year-old catcher in the system, or closing pitcher in the system when we have Perkins, hopefully. Give Escobar arbitration. That was his previous salary, so he's probably not going to accept that other number anyway. A lot of people say I'm spending too much. I don't think I am. I mean, we can see what they were paid last year. You gotta pay him something. Right, let's go back to the top here. Sano. Ideal salary is 1.2. He's getting that. Perkins. Ideal salary 2.1. He's getting that. Buxton. Ideal salary 1.5. On the renewable basis. Okay, maybe we can do a little bit better there. He wants 1.4. I want to keep him happy. This is a big offer. Let's withdraw the Buxton offer. But interest is going down, so we might not like it. I could offer him just a one-year contract. He'll have a lot of interest in it then. And then I think he'd still be eligible. No, he'd be arbitration next year. And Rosario. 6'10". We offered him, what, double that? I don't want a super long-term contract. I think 3 years is a good deal for him. And then Kepler, 1.6 a year. If you're offering a one-year deal on Buxton, do arbitration instead. What would it take if I offer him like a 5-year contract or a 6-year? Now we're getting ridiculous. 4 years we can make him happy. We could give him $5 million a year at 4 years, and that might work out well. Is this what you're talking about? He'd be very interested in just getting under $5 million a year. We'd have him until he's 29. And this is below the arbitration ideal salary for contract years 2 through 4. So is this what you like? I think people are actually liking this. I'm taking my time. I don't want to ruin the organization. And then as far as Sano goes, if we could keep him, can we even give him a long-term contract? Sano, I'd be willing to go more years, but he's free agent eligible then, so he's just not interested in that. I'll give Sano more than he wants just because I like that boost. He wants 1.2. What 1.5? That way, Sano would be taken care of for a while. He would be happy in terms of morale. Buxton potentially here gets to sign a nice deal before a real free agency. So where were we before? We were at Rosario here. And, or maybe it was Kepler we got to. Let's see, arbitration. Let's drop his then. Try using this salary guide a bit. I like Rosario. Then Kepler, I also want to keep him around, so let me go ahead. So obviously we'd be overpaying him in the first 2 years, but underpaying him in the last two, so it'd kind of even out. And then Boshears, that was just going to be a 1-year contract. I didn't offer 5 years, no. I offered him a 2-year contract at $960, which I'm cool with. Presley, no deal right now. Santana, arbitration, his ideal is $2 million. I don't think that's the best money to spend there. And I didn't like hitting with Santana that much. If he's going to play every day, change it to every day. Let me make sure that is on the deal then. Can I amend my offer just to let them know? Because I guess that does increase their interest in the deal. So Rosario is 2.3 over 4. Let me get that back here and let them know that, yo, you're going to be playing a lot. He's going to be playing every day. And maybe then we can even drop. I don't want to drop it too much. But his ideal salary here is $610. So let me go $625. I want to make him happy here. Rosario hit 24 home runs last year. Sano isn't going to be happy in his third year because he'll want more money. I was wondering how that would work. I have him at 5.8 over 4 right now. So maybe we just make a 2-year offer then. He's going to be a star. Because obviously I'm going to pay money to Sano. I want to keep him happy. I don't want him to be angry in like years 3 of his contract or whatever. So we're going to go 2-year contract then on Sano. We have the Perkins one taken care of. The Buxton one could really work out for us. Rosario, Kepler, Boshears, Santana, now Tyler Duffy. And what did I offer him? $500,000 for 4 years? Yeah, he probably wouldn't like that too much. I'll just offer him a 1-year contract. I'm kind of redoing all this stuff I did earlier, but I'm glad I am. Then Hector Santiago, I already offered him a deal, $2.5 million. That's fair. Just 1 year, he's already 30 years old. Eduardo Escobar, gave him a 1-year offer, which was greater than the ideal salary. So let me redo that. Jorge Polanco, we got $770. Yep, that's already good. I didn't guarantee he'd be a starter, right? Platoon player? Okay. Barrios. I'm going to put him as rotation to make him happy with that. And I offered him $500,000 2 years. Or $1 million for 2 years. I'm going to make him rotation. I just want to see his morale again on the contract. 527. We're gonna make his day. Rotation. Wait, what was it? 527? Yeah. I don't want to go lower than that. Palka. A 3-year contract at the renewable rate would be ideal, I think. He is going to be... I want to give him every day. But we got to see. It'd make him really happy. I believe he's going to be good. So I'm going to let him know that. Offer Kinsler arbitration? I don't even want Kinsler. I really don't want him. I don't want to give more to Barrios because then he's going to be eligible for arbitration. And he won't be very happy with that. But, wait, 3 years would make sense, though. It just doesn't show that. Oh, okay, okay. I got you now. I got you. There we go. Barrios is not ready for the majors this year. I think at 70 overall he will be, and he finished strong last year, so I have a lot of faith in Barrios. Someone's got to be in the rotation. You're going to find a closer in free agency? I'm hoping to keep Perkins around. But otherwise, I'll have to. Or we'll see what we can put together. Kenny Vargas here. I like Vargas. Want to keep him as a platoon player. I think a 2-year contract at the 530 is fair. We'll give him 550. Matt Belisle. Probably let him go. He's already 37 years old. Romero. Let's make sure that's reasonable. I already offered him 1.34 over 2 years, and I think that's in line with the ideal salary. Robbie Grossman. I kind of like Grossman, but at the same time, I'm not going to prioritize him. What is the platoon player role? Kind of like bench, and you contribute every now and then, but you're not playing every day. Yes, Nick Birdie. Nick Birdie. Got to keep him around. 70K. That's fair. John Ryan Murphy. Ratings are alright, but he didn't play that well last year. He just needed 530. Oh, that's not what I'm going to offer him. Alvarez. 1.3 a year. I already took care of that. Nick Gordon. At 90K, I believe I gave him 70K. I want to make him happy. Vielma here. 70K. How old is he? 23. Give him a chance to develop a little bit. Baxendale. Give him to 60. Chris Jimenez. I did like him last year, but I want to find another backup catcher. Because I'm not like completely sold on Castro, but he's going to be our catcher. But I'm not really high on John Ryan Murphy. I like Jimenez, but he's 35, so I want like a younger backup. Zach Granite, who just made his first start today in real life with the Twins. His first start in center field. I like Granite. He was an all-star at AA. And the 530 they say is ideal. I like Granite, so I guess I'll give it to him. That's a lot, though, for... I think I have to go to arbitration on him. I can't. He's not eligible. I can't. But just renewing him, it must have been because he was at the major league level or something, because that is just so high. Has him with the Red Wings right now. That's just a lot more than you'd think a player like him would get. I'll come back to it. What do you guys think about that deal? Adrianza, hitting ratings gotta come up, man. He needs 530. He's 28. I can't blame him for wanting the money there. Alex Krylov. Okay. Let's do an easy one here. Krylov has a really high ceiling. Lamont Wade, the Lookouts hero. Probably going to play him at AAA this year. Felix Jorge. Started for the Twins the other night. They were down 6-0, and they came back to win 9-6. Taylor Rogers. It's a lot of money for a 63. Sign someone who will eat innings in free agency. I'm going to try to, because we need just some veterans that hold the fort down until our young guys are ready. Once you add someone to the 40-man, it'll be impossible to pay less than $500K. All right. It's pronounced Kirloff? Is it? Huh. I'll have to check Baseball Reference. They always hook me up with the pronunciations. Pay Granite, it's worth it. Yeah, I mean, I want him. It was a lot higher than I expected. Yeah, I think I already gave that to him, didn't I? No. Adrianza. I'll go 1 year at the ideal salary. I forget what our overall budget usually is. I think 120 million. I think we're sitting pretty good right now when it comes to money for next year. And for free agency that's upcoming. I got through Lamont Wade. Starting to get this almost near the end, I think. Wilmer Font. Yeah, see, I already gave him a chance in the 40-man, I think. Can't remember exactly. We're going to go 1 year on him, though. See if we still want him after another year. But a lot of that money that is going to be eaten up by these... not all of the minor league contracts. Some of them are pretty low. Yeah, don't have a ton of interest in the ones down the board here. What I offered to Torrey, $60K. That was fine. Mejia, I gave him $500,000 a year. That was fair, they said. We're going to let Breslow go, or Rourke go. A lot of these guys can kind of just go, I think. So let's go back to the top and let's see where we're at now in terms of all these contracts. We offered to all these guys except for Presley and Santana. I'm going to let him test. Presley, he can probably still eat some innings. But I just want like a 1 year deal. Hoping that we find more younger, higher upside relief pitching. But we'll just go for Presley now. Ben Paulson, 530. I mean, that's not bad. I think at 1 year I'm willing to go for that. But the player I really want to see is Willie Ordonez, who I drafted late in the MLB draft. You need to sign them, Tim, or you're going to have nothing in your minors. That's what I'm doing right now. Trevor May. Yeah, he was one of the guys that was hurt heading into the series, so I just had him they had him at A-ball. And now we'll see what he can do. He's 28. 530 is ideal. 550 would get us there. He'll probably be in the big league rotation or the bullpen this year, I think. I think there's a chance. K per 9's good. So we'll get a look at him there. 2-year contract. Talking about people at the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to probably still end up signing most of them. But like the deep potential guys, I don't have a problem letting those go and then finding others. Jake Reed. Ooh, the velocity. Cooking with fire here. Matt Belisle. I'll make an offer at 530 just because he was good for most of last year. Had a pretty good ERA, I think. 3.26, yeah. Eat some innings for us while we figure things out, I guess. Mitch Garver. Maybe he'll get a chance to play some catcher at AAA again. Nick Tepish. Yeah, he's good enough to play. Ooh, 1.5 mil. I might let him go. Grossman wanted 1.3. I feel like we'll do better than him. We have Palka, so we're good. Kyle Gibson wants 1.5 mil. He just wasn't very good last season. Hit per 9 isn't good. K per 9 isn't good. Home run per 9 isn't good. Let him go. He was 4-16 last year with a 5.5 ERA. Nick Birdie gave him the 70K. John Ryan Murphy at 530. I said no. Quentin Berry, 530. He's not bad, but that's just a lot. Jimenez wants 1.7, so we're gonna let him go. Chris Anderson here. Yeah, 70K. Tanner English. Another speedster with 70K. Tonkin at 65 overall. Probably let him go. See what we can do. You gave Grant the platoon role? Let me check on that. Oh, I did. I can't guarantee nothing. Tonkin. Home runs and hit per 9. Not very good. If I offer arbitration, previous salary 530. JB Shook. Great vision. Just can't do a lot with it, it seems. So all these guys near the bottom we have to take care of too. JT Chargois. 530? I guess he's free agent eligible. This is what I'm talking about here. 60K. Wimmers with a potential. We'll definitely try keeping him around. 15 years? That's a lot. $34 years old. Probably let him go. Yeah, a lot of the farm system isn't very good. I know some of this is boring, but it's really essential stuff. It's really important. Wow, we've already been streaming for an hour, and this is all the further I've gotten. Yeah, I'm glad I'm doing a recap, and it's going to be very, very important. All right, Justin Haley here at 26 years old. Man. Here he was only 23 years old. I like the velocity. We'll see if Randy Rosario can make something happen. Travis Harrison, 60K. Just filling out our minor leagues is all. Raul Fernandez was an all-star, 60K. Yeah, everything else probably will fly by a lot. Just trying to get a good look at everything here. So I didn't want Santana. Kinsler can go. Tepish. Probably worth an offer. But it's just, I don't want to give him that much. So if he'll take less, then I'm happy with that. Just going to be a AAA pitcher. Gibby we're going to let go. Grossman. John Ryan Murphy. Probably good enough for an offer. I don't got to give him a great one, though. He wants to be a platoon player. Well, we got to have a backup catcher somewhere. Yes, I know Kinsler is an all-star in real life, but in my game, he is a 6.31 ERA pitcher. He blew 6 saves and only actually saved like 19. Leading the American League in saves right now in real life, though. All right, so back to Quentin Berry. We'll go 440 on Berry. On Jimenez, we'll probably just let him go. He won like 1.7. Tonkin. He's up for arbitration. I'll offer him $550. Now, isn't this somewhat risky? Because if it goes to arbitration, like, it could go for a lot more, correct? I'll just dwell on that for a moment. JB Shuck. Probably find some better depth than him. Rolfing at 28, probably done. Hurlbert. No. Strasburger. Yeah, he's definitely good enough to play. But probably not a lot more. It could. I'll probably just make him a regular offer then. Which he's probably not going to accept, but whatever. Tommy Fields, really low rated. 530K, I'll pass. Nick Greenwood, 530K, I will pass. $60K at 25, yes. $60K, let's go for it. Paul Clemens, negative. Benji Gonzalez, $60K. Designated him for assignment. I understand this might not be the most exciting off-season, but a lot of you wanted to see it live, and I'm glad you're helping me out here because I think you're saving me from spending too much money. I know people think I still am spending too much money, but I gotta feel the team. You do have to feel the team on here. They gotta get paid something. And a super chat here from William Ponagos. Advance a day, it will clear up some of your board, making it a little easier to go through all the contracts. I'm almost done, and then I'll go through them. But yeah, it would clean up the board in a big way. Justin Haley, 530. 3 years. I definitely want to see Haley develop into a player that we can use, so we'll go for it. Matt Haig, 530 will pass. Reggianato, we will go for it. Pino. Or Pino. There's no, what is that, a tilde over the end? Took 4 years of Spanish, forgot most of it. Sorry. Let Levi Michael go. We can replace some of these guys. We have draft picks incoming too, so I don't need to have everybody signed here. I think we're actually ready to sim forward a day. All right. We sim a day. All right. Barrios accepted. Belial accepted. Boshears accepted. May. Presley. Polanco. Sano. Kepler. Vargas. Santiago will stick around. Strasburger. Wimmers. And still more. But that did clean up the board a lot. And if we back out of here, looking at our budget, still got a good cash flow going here. If we look at our expenditures for this season, I don't think it's too bad. Does it show anywhere what, like, our budget is? Just so I know, like, how high I can go? Can someone tell me that? Because I never knew that. Hire some coaches? Yeah, I kind of forgot about the coaches a bit. Did any of them even accept? Ooh, Yankees want Silva. Then we're going to compete. 465 over 3 they offered. So we're going to offer more. Main screen. Everyone's saying coaches right now. All right, Joe Madden is sticking with the Cubs. Oh, that would have cost a lot of money. I guess I didn't realize that. Mike Scioscia is going to New York? Oh, that's farm directors. Do we have managers? Oh, he is going to be the manager there, it says there. Okay. It's just cash flow, as long as your cash flow is positive. Okay, okay. I wish it showed that in terms of, you know, the overall year, because cash flow is like on a week-by-week basis. Cleveland's getting a new manager? Or is that the same one? I don't know who their manager is. I remember, is it still Terry Francona? I don't remember. This is our current staff, though. Paul Molitor, only a C. Probably should get a new manager. That's their best offer they haven't accepted yet? Oh. I guess so, huh? Joe Madden would be a nice boost. Sosha's getting a good offer from New York. No one else is really competing for him. A lot of people saying Henry Wright. With the batting clutch, plate vision, pitching clutch, and durability. Oops. You know what? I think we have to fire after back-to-back 100-loss seasons. I'm sorry, Paul Molitor. It is time to go. We're getting a new manager. Henry Wright might be the guy. An A attribute grade, +3 clutch, +2 vision, pitching clutch, durability. I want to make sure we get an A grade. Yeah, let's offer. We're going to get Henry Wright an offer here. Looking for 4.1 a year for 2 to 4 years. So it would increase the money we're spending on them, but obviously we get a lot more in return, and the morale boost would be helpful towards developing our players. Made an offer to Henry Wright. Who else can we fire? We have a B farm director. First base coach is not helping. We're going to fire our first base coach too. Sandy Alomar gives you a boost to speed, stealing. Ryan Heron here doesn't seem too bad. I like those boosts. I'm a sucker for speed for sure. I like Waters here, who gives a boost to the arm strength and accuracy plus speed. Oh, we already... Oh, this is... that was the third base coach we offered on. We haven't even gotten to the fun part yet, which is potentially getting free agents. Alright, so let's go back to the top here. Sandy Alomar Jr. would be very cool to get. I think I'm going to offer on Travis Waters. It wouldn't even be that huge of a contract. I liked Waters here. So we should have offered on everything then. A manager, hitting, first and third. Yeah, we've offered on everything we don't already have. Let's sim forward another day. And now see... Still past the Yankees. All right. And let's go to... Nobody accepted contracts this week. So, one thing I'm wondering with Buxton, if he says no by the deal here, by the deadline, what ends up happening? Because, like, he's not available for unrestricted free agency. I guess I'm a little bit confused on what happens there. Milwaukee claim Militakis. Last day for qualifying offers. You have to have your 40-man set by the 20th. Tom McCullum has accepted Twins' offer as third base coach. We get Mark Silva. Greg Holland goes to the Cardinals. Oh, now free agency is available. Okay. McCutchen goes to the White Sox, so we're going to see him. Wade Davis to the Nationals. Gregerson to the Giants. Lucroy to the Dodgers. Let's see. Those weren't players that I wanted. So let me see if I can make some offers now. Free agency is here. Starting pitching. What can we do? Anybody in the 20s? That's intriguing. Adam Maddox here. I might have to offer on him. Jerome Cavaney. Okay. Everybody's saying stop. I didn't miss anything. We're here. I'll have to figure out the holes on our roster too and figure out what we have to get as far as like our depth goes. So we're still kind of looking for a full-time second baseman ever since we traded Brian Dozier. Brandon Phillips is available. For a short-term contract, it might make some sense. What does he want? $6 million. Bit out of my league here. Ooh, Ben Revere's available. I like Revere a lot. He was a Twin, then they traded him too. These are all the signings I got. Hey, there we go. We got our rookies on there now. Maxwell Fowler is a top 50 prospect. Okay. So is Alvarez and Gordon. We have 3 top 50s, unless there's another one. All right, Fowler immediately. One of our best players already in the organization. You can sign qualified players, just not players who have tender qualified offers. That's when you lose the pick. Yep, I don't plan on doing any of that. I like Brantley. It'd be fun to take him away, but I don't see us making that move. Well, how much would that even... Yeah, we could. Could it happen? Yes. It was a smart no. He's already 30. I'm not on board with that. Hisashi Iwakuma would be a nice boost to our rotation here for at least a year while we figure things out below it. I missed so much. Is there any way to see how much I actually missed? Oh, yeah, transaction log, duh. I didn't really plan on spending any big money this year. I'm planning on that being 2018, when Mauer's money's off the books, when Santana's money's off the books, because then we can go big if we want to. That's going to be a lot of money freed up. I wasn't planning on going all out this year. Wait a minute. How did we lose Sandy Bunty? He was one of our draft picks, and we got him signed. Wait, yeah, Sandy Bunty was a relief pitcher. So we missed top free agents, even though we're not a team that would have really been interested. So in free agency, McCutchen, Lucroy. So that's all we missed? That's it? I want to know what happened to Bunty. Yeah, if that's all I missed nothing. Let me check my roster quick. Yeah, where's Bunty? That doesn't make sense. And why is Kinsler back? Because where's the mode specific? I have this all set to manual. Why would it... I don't want Kinsler. Does anybody know what happened to him? I know, I gotta save here. Kinsler isn't no salary next to his name? Okay, he's unsigned. Can someone tell me, though, how Sandy Bunty is brave when we signed him to a contract? That's my relief pitcher. That was my 7th round pick. They didn't take any of my other ones, did they? Do I still have, like, Willie Ordonez? I do. Can't wait to see him play. I had Carlos Rodriguez, who should be on here somewhere. Are you sure you signed Bunty? Yeah, I signed them all. That is the weirdest thing. I remember I drafted Chuck Bearden. Where's Carlos Rodriguez? What did he play? So I'm also missing Carlos Rodriguez then. I know I signed those guys. Can I go to my notifications in here? Is there anything about this? It's the weirdest thing. Turn on force trade and steal him back. I probably should. Roster may be full. In that case, they should tell me to cut some players and I'll do it. But they need to give me the chance to do it first. Let me see if Carlos Rodriguez is a free agent. That will be... I think he was a left fielder. Probably tried to sign him and skipped over notification saying the roster was full. Well, why don't they stop it and tell me without some notification that doesn't even notify me? Yeah, there he is. There's Carlos Rodriguez. Did I get to keep both of my starting pitchers I drafted? There was Fowler. I got Gary Tadano. Is there anybody else? I have it written down somewhere. Oh, man. Some confusing stuff here, but I think we're going to be in okay shape. Just a few confusing things. Go check out DJ Butler. There was a right fielder, you guys said. DJ Butler, 57 overall. But yeah, he could definitely be a player that could rise up or something. I just checked and you definitely signed Bunty. Yeah, I thought I signed all of them, but there must have been some sort of roster issue. I want to make sure I'm not missing any of my other guys, but I don't know where my list of draft picks is. Somewhere in my notes. Oh, 1 second. I'll find the list here in a minute. Well, I got notes here from the Michael Tate series. Alright, I think I'm almost there. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any players that should be on our team. Need to release players right now? Okay. I got my list right here. It's Maxwell Fowler, Gary Tadano, Chuck Bearden, Dave Barrios, Willie Ordonez, Carlos Rodriguez, and Sandy Bunty. So I want to make sure I have all those guys back. Maxwell Fowler, Gary Tadano, Chuck Bearden, I already saw him. He was center fielder. Then there was Dave Barrios, relief pitcher. He's there. Willie Ordonez, we saw at first base. Carlos Rodriguez, I just gave an offer to, and then Sandy Bunty. So it's just the one. Just the one. Cut some deep potentials. Yeah, let's cut Rodriguez here. We have enough first basemen. Levi Michael, yeah, not going to go anywhere with that. Didn't have a salary next to his name, though. Benji Gonzalez is already 28. I'm 4 over right now. Cut anyone you didn't make offers to. That makes sense. I should be more prepared for next year, but man, not as straightforward as what I'm used to. And I knew that wouldn't be. So now I'll have, you know, some free spots on the roster at least. I don't know why they're even on the roster in the first place. If they weren't on the roster, I would have had room to keep the pitcher. We're going to figure this out one way or another. So Buxton, we're still working on his deal. Santana, we're going to let go. He's not bad. There'll be less to do next year. Yeah, there should be. Soon we'll get to free agency, don't worry. Let Grossman go. I want to see how many open roster spots we're actually going to have. Okay. So we have actually quite a few openings right now. So Buxton hasn't signed, but otherwise we're almost done with the MLB roster. Then as far as the AAA roster goes, probably going to have Polanco up. Probably going to have... Let's put Polanco back at the major league level. I might bring Vargas with him, but I have to see how many, what I have as far as depth goes at infielder. Yeah, I'll have to sign some minor leaguers, but that's what I'm trying to do here. Create spots so I can sign players I actually want. Is there anybody I don't want at the major league roster? I'm not sure about Ben Paulson. And Buzzanet's here, no. So I want to move Nick Gordon to AAA, see how he does this year. Class A, let's move Trevor May to the major league team. He has to go to the 40-man first, that's fine. A lot of tedious management stuff here. So May is there. We're going to move Mejia to AA. And at this level, we'll start off Kirilloff there. You can do this all later. I can do some of it right now. Yeah, I guess for spring training. Well, what I'm trying to do is I'm going to figure out what I actually need to sign right now. And maybe I'll leave some for later when I get more time to tediously go through it and figure out the full depth of everything. But if we can get through the true breadth of everything today, then I'll be good. Let's go sign some people, huh? Don't really have a starting second baseman, and I wouldn't mind, you know, spending the money for Brandon Phillips. Just until we figure it out. So, Phillips, I do have an interest in for a one-year contract. How about Cozart? Wouldn't be bad either. Jared Dyson, I thought about having around to replace. I saw that he would be a free agent after the Phillies mock offseason I did, and I'm like, huh, Dyson might be interesting. He could be that Danny Santana player, but better. I want a pinch runner on this team. Finally, I just want to give him a one-year contract. Is all. But as a platoon player, he might not like that. Just a one-year contract. I know, exciting, right? Yeah, I'll do a forced trade later to get Bunty back because he should be ours. I think 1 year for Hisashi Iwakuma would be interesting. Just to help us figure it out for the time being, and it wouldn't even cost that much money. He'd probably honestly be our ace. Oh man, do I want to do this though? Because you can't just look at overall. Look at what goes into the overall. We're talking about mediocre K per 9, hit per 9, and home run per 9. So all that means he's not going to be some sort of sub-4 ERA pitcher in all likelihood. So I don't know about Iwakuma now. Adam Maddox here looks pretty solid. Minor league offer. Sergio Romo. Any younger catchers we can try to get into our system? I'd like to find someone with decent potential, but you can be a 1 overall? That must be like from the roster I got. The OSFM rosters. Iwakuma's numbers last year were really good. That's really good, but I just don't think that with the ratings where they're at such key stuff like home run per 9 and K per 9, that it's going to be great. But $4.5 million is probably worth the risk. Sort by potential, I don't see where it even gives you the option to do that. People saying Bethencourt? Where is he at? Where is Bethencourt? Trying to figure this stuff out. 9 million in pending offers right now. We should be good as far as the salaries go this year. I want to know where this pitcher is. I wasn't sure if the player finder could find him if he was in free agency. 18-year-old B relief pitcher. He was the 1 rating player. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I kind of glossed over that. Alright, never mind then. Yeah, I can't say I love all these options. Giovanni Soto as a backup catcher now for a short length of time would be maybe a decent deal for us. I like our first base situation right now. After Mauer, then you have options like Palka or Ordonez. At second base, I'd like to get somebody. I don't think that Brandon Phillips would be a bad signing at all. So I'm going to offer on Brandon Phillips 1 year. Everyday player. Third base, we got Sano. Shortstops, Jose Reyes is available. In the outfield, if we can get some speed, that'd be great. Jared Dyson would bring that, but if we can find someone cheaper, that'd be ideal. Yeah, Brandon Phillips would probably start at second base. If you look at our roster right now, our middle infielder situation is rough. Adrianza, Polanco hasn't figured it out quite yet. Like, yeah, that's why I'm offering on Phillips. I offered Soto every day? Oh, yeah, I'll fix that. I don't know why it does that by default. They do a lot of things by default in this game that just don't make sense. Depth. Oh, wow. B potential at third base here. Jamie Morales. As far as speed in the outfield goes, beyond Dyson, what are the options? I like Revere. And actually, if I'm willing to make that offer on Dyson, I'd be better off making it on Revere. I don't think it even cost as much money even. 72, 70. Yeah, Revere's a better hitter. And the speed difference isn't a big deal. I think I'd rather offer and try to bring back Revere instead. What's the power difference? They're close to the same. Dyson's older. I think he can be a platoon player. Oh, he likes that deal more. Wish made it easier to increase your offer too. $4.9 over 1 year. Franklin Gutierrez, really good power there. John Jay. That one's interesting. Curtis Granderson, 37 years old now. Johnny Sandoval. We ought to be able to find a room for a player like him in our system somewhere. So we've made plenty of offers here. Why don't we sim a day and see what happens? Johnny Sandoval has accepted. DJ Butler has accepted. Carlos Rodriguez back. Adam Maddox. And Michael Brantley is going to the Yankees. Thank you for taking him out of the Central. And we get Jamie Morales. Brandon Phillips. So now we got a new starting second baseman at least. Like I said, this wasn't going to be a year for us to go out and spend a bunch of money. Even though we probably could have. I wasn't going to do it for McCutchen or Michael Brantley. Like, this isn't the offseason for it to happen. There'll probably be better free agents next year. Plus, we'll have more money to spend and a lot better idea of where our team is at. So let's not try to, skip too many steps here along the process right now. Don't sign those high potential guys. There are other teams' draft picks who didn't sign or they didn't have space. You're basically doing what the Braves did by signing Bunty. Oh yeah, I think someone warned me about that. Yeah, I guess I won't cherry pick those a bunch, because obviously I don't want it to happen to me on here. I'd prefer they just manage their roster correctly and keep their players. Soto's no longer interested in the Twins' offer. Suddenly, he says no. All right, so we need backup catcher then. Cleveland offered a nice deal to him. Chris Iannetta would be cheaper, I'm sure. Derek Adams. What about Brian Pena here? He has good contact and vision. I mean, Soto's solid, but he wouldn't, like, be a backup catcher that, like, is super great. We're not a great team right now. How much would Pena cost? Not that much. Is it Brayan? That one might work. Don't forget to sign Buxton. You don't want to lose him. I've tried. He just hasn't accepted the offer yet. I'm not really sure how that process goes. Ooh. Alright, Giants are bidding us up here for Revere. And Dyson has a nice offer from the Nationals. What if we increase Buxton's offer? Because what I have it at 19, which has it about there. What if I just make it an even 20 here? And obviously, we expect him to be a star. There, we increased the offer on Buxton, just trying to get him to accept. If he doesn't accept, you auto-renew. He can't go anywhere. Yeah, I knew he couldn't really go anywhere unless we outright didn't want him. A super chat here from Hockey Rules 26. Get Almeida Diaz from St. Louis, please. I haven't really thought about trades. Actually, there was one player I did think about doing a trade for. And that was Sonny Gray. He was one of the pitchers that I thought that would be a perfect addition for us. He does have some experience, but he also has like some years ahead of him still to play. So if we go to the A's roster, Sonny Gray, 28 years old. I wouldn't mind making an offer for him. They have him right now at AAA. So if we can trade for Sonny Gray, I think that'd be a nice addition for our team. Player is not signed. He cannot be traded. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with Sonny Gray, because I'll definitely want to at least offer. Byron Buxton has accepted the Twins' offer of $20 million over 4 years. So Buxton's taken care of. Excellent. And we get Travis Waters as first base coach. Where are we at now? We're just waiting on the manager, Henry Wright. As far as contracts go, we are, I think, all taken care of. No more unsigned players. No, I'll check out Diaz. I just was worried about pitching more so. So we just got one that was, he's not signed right now. We can't even trade for him. But we got Brandon Phillips to help for a year. We hope Polanco turns into a middle infielder starter along with Nick Gordon. So I don't think trading for somebody else's established star is the answer. It was an 87 overall. Yeah, I want to stop. I don't want anybody on the that's off the 40-man that should be there. And our 40-man has 35 players on it right now. Anybody here that shouldn't be? I probably won't keep Tepish on there. or Hildenberger. I think I'll take Park off. Well, he's at the major league level. He can't right now. If I need to make room, then I will. Let's take Barry off the 40-man. And make sure I have all of my key young guys on there. We'll take... I don't think anybody would take Mejia. But that gives us 31 on there right now. Let's make sure all my top prospects are there. Beyond just the top 50 guys. Maxwell Fowler should already be on there. If not, then obviously got to get him there. Was Gordon on there yet on the 40-man? Maxwell Fowler is, Alvarez is, Gordon is. I got to make sure Gary Tadano is on there. Currently, if we don't sign any other catchers, this is what our situation looks like beyond Castro, Garver, and John Ryan Murphy. I'm going to make sure Ordonez is on the 40-man. Vargas is already there. Adrianza, he is already on there. Jamie Morales. Now, this is the one I signed that was probably somebody else's draft pick. So I'll probably cool it on that now, but for now add him to the 40-man. Escobar's there. Gordon there. Rosario's going to be there. Buxton, Granite. Kepler, Pelka. I'm going to put Kirilloff here, there. Rookies aren't Rule 5 eligible. See, another thing I wish they just told me right here. Pick a catcher in the Rule 5 draft. That could happen. It could happen. So what do they consider players that aren't Rule 5 eligible? First-year players? Players who haven't... Because the whole idea is that you can't stash all these players in your farm system. You got to let them play. And so is it just like first-year players they can't? Mm-mm. Oh, they're already there. So I can't go through with it. I think I already sent the other guy through who wasn't on our team. Oh, well. Check. Hit triangle and L1 2 times. Oh, okay, okay. Eligible for Rule 5 draft. No. Okay. And then Barrios would be probably a no, too? Huh. So I can't really go back on this now, a lot of it. Oh, well. Some of it's interesting, though, I guess. Vargas not even eligible? Then who is? Well, I guess if you're on the 40-man, you're not eligible. First and foremost. But like Torrey Hunter Jr.? No. What about Mejia? No. What about... anybody? Who is even eligible? So confusing. I should be a lot better prepared for the second off season come that point. I like being able to sort by this, and then I can see who needs to go to the 40-man. Is he eligible? O'Shears? No. It's 5 years of minor league experience? Okay. We have a lot of openings, but just not a lot of players who need that spot that bad. Okay, Nick Tepish is eligible. And it would just be a headache trying to replace him, so I'm going to put him on the 40-man. Oh, he's on waivers? Huh. So is Hildenberger. Yeah, I remember that now. Because I took players off the 40-man who were, and then they had to pass through this waiver system. Strasburger's got pretty solid ratings across the board for a 62. Yeah, most of the players I'm concerned about aren't even eligible. So I'm not really worried about the Rule 5 draft, but I don't know. I wish I just had a list of everybody that was eligible right in front of me. If a guy under 70 overall is eligible, don't worry about losing them. No one will probably draft him anyway. Yeah, because the whole idea is they have to stay on the 25-man roster for the entirety of the season. So you can't just pick a guy up without the intention of really having him in a key spot in the roster. So let me go by overall then. And make sure that my higher overalls are on the 40-man. O'Shears is not, and is not even eligible. Adam Maddox is not eligible. We waive Morales. Probably for the best, though. I'm not trying to really game the system when it comes to them. I mean, if that's what I wanted to do, I probably could have tried doing a bunch of nonsensical trades. I think we're safe for the Rule 5 draft. I'm not worried about it now. But I sure want to partake in it. All teams must keep their 40-man roster in order. So I probably should at least finish out my 40-man. And make any more signings that I need to make. As far as relief pitching goes, Joe Blanton might help a little bit. How bad is our situation right now in terms of relief pitching? Boshears, Presley, May, and then not much. The Boshears is probably going to have to go up to the Major League roster. So we'll get that set. Jake Reed. Any Major League experience? Not yet. Move up to AAA. Let's throw on the 40-man. Let's move Birdie to AAA. So I'm going to have to get a couple relievers probably. Joe Blanton could throw some innings. Doesn't want a ton. It'd work. Wilhelmsen. How much experience does he have? He's played some years. Got almost 500 innings. A 3.64 ERA. Let's try getting Wilhelmsen here for just a season. That'd probably help out a bit. As far as catcher goes, still trying to work this out. Now Chris Iannetta is the best on the board. Derek Adams at 22 years old. We offered to Pena, though. I like our first base situation. Escobar's got nice contact there. Can also play the other infield spots. I wouldn't mind giving an offer to Miguel Escobar. These ratings, like, why does he have deep potential? With those ratings, he should be pretty good at 20 years old. I'm signing Ryan Roberts. Only 40K. We're going to find a spot for him. Lance Lynn, good innings eater for rotation. I'll take a look. Because I still want to look at, you know, the starting pitching, too. Franklin Gutierrez. Really nice power. How's our backup outfield situation look? We go Rosario, Buxton, Kepler, Palka. Maybe I can make an offer to him. He's got some power. Not sure how interested he's going to be. Only 205 average. Oh, his vision's really poor. I don't want to deal with that. That's so annoying. I have a lot more interest in John Jay. And he'd be cheaper. All right, starting pitchers. Lance Lynn to eat up some innings. I like those ratings. I can get on board with Lance Lynn. We're signing a lot of veterans to one-year deals here. A lot of people have been talking about Lance Lynn in the comments, so. Yeah, the recap video is going to be very necessary for this. I didn't realize how much it would be, how important it would be. What's our rotation look like right now? Barrios, Hughes, Alvarez is in there at the moment, then Santiago. A super chat from 2Robert6. Love your content. Been watching you since ended the UTSA dynasty. That's quite some time then. Thank you for the super chat, Robert. Yeah, that's 4 years. Minnesota dynasty is actually quite old. The Minnesota dynasty turns 4 years old this year. We have Adam Maddox, Maxwell Fowler, Duffy, Santiago. So Barrios will be in there. Probably Santana, Santiago, Hughes. There's room for that veteran. I think I'm ready for the Rule 5. We got Wilhelmsen. We got Roberts. Rule 5 is in a couple days. We get John Jay. We get Unel Escobar. The Rule 5 is on December... Where are those notes? December 7th. Lance Lynn has accepted the Red Sox offer. You could have let me counter offer, dude. Well, I guess I could have checked, too. Lance Lynn would have been a nice guy for some innings. What about John Lackey for some innings? CC? Jesse Chavez might be our next best option. 3.15 ERA. And I'm still going to attempt to trade for Sonny Gray. Yeah, the Rule 5 isn't really a big deal. Ooh, Yankees are interested in offering us a trade. Okay, guys, let's pay attention to this. For Sano, get out of here. Starlin Castro and Billy McKinney. They offer you terrible trades in this game. Not a chance. Declined. We got Jesse Chavez. Do not auto-fix a thing. I gotta take one player off the 40-man. So he signed a lot of veterans to one-year deals this year. Just to help fill out the roster, and hopefully it helps us get a few more wins. Oh, 27 Super Yankees since the Super Chat. Take the trade. I don't want them. I don't want them. Yeah, the easiest thing to do here would be to get rid of the Santana contract. Yeah, he's down to a 69 overall. Really not good. We could eat the salary always. So I'm going to have to have a player pass through waivers for this to go through. So I'll just go with Haley then. I'll remember that for next year. Joe Blanton has accepted the Tigers offer. Nah, just keep simming. Do we have a manager yet? Still waiting on Henry Wright to accept the deal. Wait a minute. When did his attribute grade... Was it always a C? Here it's an A. Which is it? Rule 5 draft. Let's do it. No one's getting selected. That's it? We didn't get a pick? Well, guys, that was the Rule 5 draft. I hope you all had a great time. Winter meetings. We got Brian Pena, finally. At this point, can I now offer a trade for Sonny Gray? Sign him then so I can trade for him. Henry Wright has accepted the Twins' offer. Okay. Oh, our 40-man was full. Okay, so it's just like the transfer deal in Kalispell then. All right. Oh well, I doubt we missed out. The Cubs just traded for George Springer from the Mariners. So wait a minute, the Mariners got Springer somehow, then traded him to the Cubs for Addison Russell and Miguel Montero. Weird. Happy New Year. What's this significant date? Final date to renew contracts. Yeah, figure out the Sonny Gray situation. I'm trying to make a deal here. Always keep her when you're 40, man. I'll remember that. There's so much to know. You have to know about nothing for football. Like, football is easy. Now we're in spring training. So here we are. Now can I make a trade for Sonny Gray? What would they suggest? All options. Jorge Polanco, Max Kepler, Phil Hughes. I don't like that trade. How would you like a slightly used Irvin Santana? What's a position we maybe have some good depth at? Well, first of all, we're not that good of a team, so there isn't a lot of stuff we can offer. Zach Granite is the type of player we might be able to offer. Because we have a lot of right fielders I like, with Kepler, Palka. I just drafted Carlos Rodriguez. We still have Krylov here. So Granite might be somebody that I don't want to part with, but we could. Maybe you can throw in a player like Wimmers. Still need more, though, if we were to make it work. What do the Athletics need? They don't seem like they're in that bad a shape right now. They do need some center field help for sure. But they have multiple left fielders that can play. So outfield is kind of their need. But Gray would be their ace right now, it looks like. He's not in the AAA system now. So I don't know then. Still got a lot to figure out with our roster. I need to go through it and spend some time actually laying out the rosters and where we have depth and what we could still do. But we're in spring training now. How has the team changed? We went and we signed a lot of veterans to help fill in areas that were weak. We still have some work to do. We have to get in. I want to get another catcher. Oh, actually, no, I got Pena here, so we're good there. I keep forgetting about that. At first base, we'll still have Joe Mauer and Vargas behind him. And then at second base now, Brandon Phillips will play probably every day there. Longtime veteran. We still have Eduardo Escobar, who might be day one shortstop. We got to figure out what Polanco's situation is right now. We have Yunel Escobar, who has joined to be kind of a backup infielder. Then in the outfield, we have Rosario still starting. We have Byron Buxton and John Jay. Maybe even Zach Granite. And then Kepler, Palka. I think we're in better shape than last year. As far as the rotation goes now, we added Jesse Chavez just to help us get through some games, basically, because we're in rough shape. We're waiting for younger players to rise. Okay, we got some ratings boost because Alvarez is now suddenly a 75 overall. Okay. Maybe he's ready to go. Oh, that's the boost here. Because he's in the rotation right now, he's ecstatic, and that would give him a big boost. We now have A coaching, so he's really happy. That's great. And Santana's now up to a 74. Morale must be helping him out. Thought this was the final year of his contract. Why does it still show 2 more years? That doesn't seem right. Barrios jumps up to 73 overall with this boost. Oh, has him as the ace right now. That'll probably change. Maybe. Or we just let him run with it. Okay, everybody's talking about Bunty still. I gotta get Bunty out of here. Or in here, really. So I have to go to the settings. Gameplay options. Or not gameplay options. What is it? Mode specific? Where do they even hide this? I've never had to change it. Is there a setting I have to do for force trading? Braves. Relief pitching. Sandy Bunty. Now what I could do, because Jamie Morales was another player that was probably drafted and didn't fit on a roster somewhere. I don't like gaming the system really, so I could give up Jamie Morales because he was somebody else's pick and I'm trying to get back my pick. So we could just try going Morales for Bunty and call it even then. And they would get Morales. I don't know who drafted him. I don't really know how I could find out. You can't do force once it's off? Okay. So I could just give them Morales and we would be square. Offer them the guy you stole? That's what I'm talking about right now. You guys know the type of rebuilds I like to do. I don't try to, I don't want to abuse the game. I don't want the game to give me opportunities to even do it. I think a lot of people like this. Some won't. They'll think it's dumb. But oh well. Give me Bunty back. That way, You know, I don't have to... Because I'm sure you could easily just, like, sim all the way through, take all these unsigned picks, do it all over again. That's not how I'm trying to build a team here. Sure ain't a good trade for us, but we get Sandy Bunty back. We already have third baseman taken care of. We even have first base, I think, taken care of if Palka plays there every day. That's a possibility. But maybe there are some trades we can actually try to make. I don't know. Is the trading block open right now? Nope. What's a player I'd be willing to give up? Phil Hughes, for sure. A shortstop there, Ryan Mountcastle, 63 overall. 61 overall, Sam Travis, and then Pablo Sandoval. I'd have to eat that salary, but we'd be trading away Hughes' salary. Trevor Plouffe, straight up. Teoscar Hernandez would be interesting. Shin-Soo Choo? Now with the Pirates? What's going on with this? There's always weird roster moves in the show. Players go all over the place. Not going to trade in. Oh, the Indians had 3. They want to give that? What? All right, they're not being serious with me. Some of those were okay. I don't know. I think I'd have to go through it and really see what I want to do. Hughes has really good walk per 9, and that probably boosts his overall a ton. But look at the home run per 9, the K per 9, the hit per 9. It's all terrible. So if I can dump Hughes, I probably will. Yeah, he's got a lot of years left still, so unloading that contract might be a good idea. Let's go prospects then, specifically. Ryan Mountcastle, straight up. Oh wait, I just made the deal. I didn't 100% mean to do that right there, to be honest. I wanted to see, well, I was interested in that trade for sure. I was interested. But I wanted to see DJ Stewart's ratings was what I was trying to get to. And for a left fielder, it's not terrible. I mean, it is terrible if you want him to play now, but 62 overall with B potential. All right, so we got DJ Stewart now. I just made the trade on accident, basically. I wanted to see Mountcastle's ratings. Who else did we even get? Andrew Faulkner and Josh Hart. Faulkner is a minor league, 65 overall. And what was the other one? Starting pitcher Josh Hart. There must not be any room for him on the roster or something. I don't see him. I mean, I wanted to get rid of Hughes. I don't hate the player I got in return. I wasn't quite ready to make the deal. So he's somewhere. There he is. Center fielder, Josh Hart. Not starting pitcher. Okay. I mean, I don't mind that return. It's a big roster dump for us. And now we get an all-star minor league outfielder. So that might turn out to work out well. DJ Stewart. Yeah, I'm okay with it. If I'm willing to trade Granite, though, I wonder what we could get. Even though I like Granite. What could we get for Zach Granite? An old relief pitcher. I don't like 3-player trades because you're just giving me a lot of bad stuff. It's like going to a buffet. Most buffets suck. It's a lot of average food. You just can have it whatever you want and how much you want. I don't want the buffet. I want the entree. I want the high quality entree. Yeah, I'd have to do this manually. I hate the offers they give you. So now how is our rotation looking? We go Chavez. Romero's a 77 now. He might be ready. Fernando Romero. Ecstatic. So Barrios for sure. Maybe Alvarez. Santiago will be there. Santana. Maybe Romero. I'll have to sort this out later. I think we're okay. And was that another one that I signed that I probably shouldn't have? Adam Maddox. He had to have been a draft pick. He's 18 years old. Now, he's not like a super high potential player like the other ones were. Either way, I think our team is in a little bit better shape than they were last year. We have a completely new staff. We cleaned house as far as the coaching goes. And we got some new veterans that should hold things down in the short term. And then we're going to have to go through and make sure we figure it out for next year. Whether it's going to pay big money free agents or if we actually have the players developed to take over those roles. We just weren't there yet. And our cash flow is still in a good spot. Looking ahead to the future, we will not have a lot of money on the books next year. Biggest contract will be Jason Castro, so we'll have money to spend for sure. He was another team's draft pick. He probably was. This will be on YouTube afterwards, yes. And also I'll be doing a recap. Not only will the recap have the recap stream, but I'll also add some afterwards. Whatever else I do between now and spring training. And then we'll get into actual spring training and start playing some games. And I might let Maddox go or something because I think he was one of the draft picks that I scooped up. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, guys, that's going to end the stream. We've been here for 2.5 hours. I have struggled to grasp some of the stuff in here, but didn't lose Buxton, didn't lose Sano, and we got a new manager, so I think we call it a win for where we're at right now. Hopefully, we have a much better season ahead of us in the series. I really enjoyed Season 1, but of course, I'd like to get to winning. I'd like to start winning some more games and being a little bit more competitive and not losing 102 ball games. So that's going to end the stream. Hope you all had a good time. We'll be doing the edited off season soon, and then we'll get into spring training. Maybe 1 or 2 episodes in spring training. We'll see how things go once I start getting into the games. I mean, it's a full month, but I'm not going to treat it like regular season action. We'll play a few of them, and then we'll be on our way to the second season of the series. So, thank you all for helping me here. I'm really glad I streamed this so I could get your help and learn some things along the way and not spend too much money and whatnot. It's a lot more difficult to wrap your head around the offseason in MLB than it is in Madden. Madden is so straightforward, and it's just because football is a little bit more easy. There are a lot less weird deals. There's no minor league system. They don't have like these trade waivers, a 40-man roster. It's pretty basic in the NFL. Practice squad, 53-man. You know, there isn't like different salary thresholds for single A because there is no single A in football. Just have league minimums, and then practice squad is different. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you for helping me out here. Thank you for supporting the channel and the series. Hope you're excited for Season 2. And we'll get going here very shortly. So have a great rest of your Sunday, everybody. I will see you all later.